I'm here with the champ.
It's great.
Yeah, if everything goes by the plan, soon champ.
Maybe champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the 95.
Yeah.
When I made the joke, you're gonna cut down to 75 and be
I know.
you were like,
Yeah, I thought about it. I'm like, it's going to be tough, but I think I have to try. Yeah. Yeah. But never mind all that. Big day coming up.
big day,
Big
return. Big bad monster,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. One of the biggest.
Yeah. For quite some time, one of the biggest monsters in the world of arm wrestling. Took a time off, came back, had a match with John. You had a match with John.
Yeah.
Now he's facing you for East vs. West World Champion title belt. I was thinking who has more to gain and who has more to lose in this one, and I think you have everything to gain and he has a lot of things to lose, from my perspective.
Like his life.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to die again. Yeah, probably going to... Oh, you need to cut the tape already?
No, it's fine. We'll leave it.
Yeah, man. He's fucking going to die one more time. Fuck him. Fuck him. I'm gonna kill him on the table, and then he's going to crawl off into his cave and he's going to die again. It's a bit rough, right?
It's pretty rough, right?
It's pretty rough.
Right.
I'll tell you, I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like a fucking 8-month prep with no excuses. I don't like the way this whole thing went down. I don't. It pissed me off, seriously. I've become very pissed about this entire thing. Because to me, there was opportunity to pull. Okay, so like, we know what happened with Gennady. I lost to Gennady.
Yeah.
I didn't want to face Denis until I beat Gennady. I wanted to clean that match up. Gennady got hurt. As soon as I set the match with Gennady, their camp started to post videos like I'm ducking them. Like, fuck off. I'm not fucking ducking anybody. Like, you've been sitting, training, getting ready for me. I'm taking all these matches, and you're pissed at me because I want to clean up Gennady before I face you. And then I'm like, okay. I didn't get too upset. Offer him the match, turns it down. I'm like, okay, so you want another 3 months to get ready. Meanwhile, I know you've been training. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't like this whole, I want to take 8 or 9 months and get to some level which is just unenjoyable for like 99.99% of humanity, and then think that that's some kind of acceptable behavior when you're calling me a clown and you're offered the match once again and you're pushing it back. And at this point, I'm pissed. I'm really pissed. Like, I think that I don't like the way that they responded to my offers. I don't like the way that they responded to this whole engagement, because the truth is that I was nothing ever but respectful to Denis until they started saying I was ducking them and calling me a clown. And then I'm like, yeah, fucking, you belong in a circus, motherfucker. You do. So I'm looking so forward to it. I really am. I'm really looking forward to fighting him. And he's nowhere to be seen. We're not even allowed to be in the same room anymore because fucking Babken is like doing all sorts of fucking weird shit. And I will fight that guy, for real. Like, Coresports, set me up. Set me up with a match where I can choke him and kick him. Okay, because I'll do that. This whole thing, arm wrestling is like family. It's like a big, group where we get together and test ourselves. But this match has gotten hot. This match is fucking hot. Yeah, it's a fight.
Are you mad because they were because I remember when they said they were mad when you canceled the match. Not canceled the match, but you took a match before, and then they didn't take the match that you offered them. That was the moment of big escalation?
There was a few, but yeah. So initially, them saying that I was ducking them because I rescheduled Gennady, because we didn't have anything formal. We said, okay, we're going to do it in the fall. We'll do it in the fall. And we kind of verbal. There was no, we're going to do it at this event. There was none of that. It was like, okay, we're going to do it in the fall.
Somewhere in
September, October.
November.
Yeah. And then I rescheduled Gennady. When I rescheduled Gennady, Babken was always like, Devon, if you have a problem, just PM me and we work it out. I'm like, yeah, no problem. And then they're putting stuff out publicly, and then they don't take the second offer where, it's the Hermes cancellation and the
Gennady.
Right. And then they call me a clown, and then I'm like, okay, all the things that you've asked me, you've contradicted. You asked me not to post anything publicly, you've done that. Okay, now fuck you. Yeah. It was around the time when they're holding up the clown stuff. I'm like, okay, all right. Okay, you want to play these games? I'll play these games with you.
So I was thinking how this match, because you like, that's part of your arm wrestling. It's what some will call mind games, trash talk, whatever you call it. But you want some war before the war on the table. For me, it just looks like that. And I was thinking, what will be the angle, or how can you make this happen? And it just happened. And with some things that I don't think you were like you're saying it makes sense, right? Because like if you had some agreements and they did some things, but of course you're going to be pissed, right?
Yeah. And some people are very easily triggerable. Okay. Like some people, there's an escalation, and people are cool to escalate, and it's good, and it gets heated. Very quickly, it got to a place where they're pulling their cards off the table. Okay, I basically have been told, Devon, you're not allowed to talk about anything anymore. You're not allowed to talk to these people. You're not allowed to be in the same room. If there's a dinner, the two of you are not going. So there'll be a separate dinner for you guys and a separate dinner for you guys.
I talked with Babken yesterday, and I talked with Denis yesterday. I met him in the lobby, and they were pissed. I'll guarantee you.
Yeah, they're pissed.
It's like if someone thinks this is like someone is playing, no one's playing anything. These guys can be in the same room. We literally gonna do the scheduled interview so they don't meet. The way I wanted to do one video, Denis didn't want to do it because Denis didn't want it to look like they were sitting on the same couch or talking.
Right, which is, whatever. It is what it is. Like, people typically get pissed at me, but...
That is true.
But I just want to be clear. They started it. And I'm willing to keep on playing. They want to keep on playing, I'll keep playing. I'm not taking my cards off the table. Like... It's going to be good. Anyways, but besides all the trash talk and the he started, she started it, I hate him, he hates me. I'm really excited about the match. Very excited about the match. I think it's going to be an extraordinary match. I hope we can keep it sportsman-like to some degree. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of, very aggressive arm wrestling, but, I want to be able to complete the match. I don't want it to degrade into violence, okay? This has been so long coming. I would hate to see it kind of fall apart before one of us gets 3 pins or 3 submissions or whatever. I would hate that. That wouldn't be the best, solution. But
how confident are you right now in your abilities?
I'm really good. Yeah, I'm pretty tough. Yeah. I on the table, I give Denis a ton of respect. Okay, he's an incredible athlete. He doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. He has a lot of strengths. He has a lot of, I'd say, extremely rare strengths. Like, he's one of the few people who can potentially match me in endurance in the same style that I do. I'd say he's technically much, much better than people give him credit for, and he's obviously, just insanely strong. But me, I'm all those things too. And I feel very healthy. I had a little bit of concern with my rib a few weeks ago. I'm good. I'm healed. And I broke all my records. From where I was before Hermes, I broke all of them. Every single lift, I broke them before I even got that injury. So I even had like another week to go or so where I was going to continue to rise. And I already had broke everything. So I just switched to conditioning. So yeah, I'll be good. I'll be strong.
So the last time you met, 2018.
Yeah.
That was tough, right? He was just too strong, I think, in all the positions. You just couldn't outmatch him.
Yeah.
Is that a little bit of concern, or you think this is different Devon, and that was different Denis?
For sure, it's concerning. You know, I remember it very well. You know, I remember all the feelings that I got out of the match. The memories are still there. I remember. I know how great of an athlete Denis is. It's a huge match. But I'll tell you, 2018 was my non-dominant arm at a time when it was coming back from surgery. This arm is probably the strongest it's ever been. Ever.
That's kind of insane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
Stem.
Yeah, listen, I've had a few things since I've seen you. I've had 3 major treatments.
3 major teeth.
Yeah. I've had stem cells again. I've had a cognitive therapy, something called dual sympathetic reset,
Okay.
followed by ketamine.
Okay.
That's incredible. Yeah. And I also had the abomination shot. Yeah. I got bacteria in my body. Yeah, that's crapping out follistatin. I'm not the same guy. Yeah.
Yeah. You're going full Chernobyl.
Well, you know, you got to be careful that when you start hunting monsters, you don't become one. But yeah, I bit in.
I think it's too late already.
It's too late.
I think it's too late. Yeah. I think in 5 years you're gonna be 20 years younger.
Right.
Yeah, and gonna look like abomination.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, might be. I mean, I've brought my best shape, you know, because I respect the guy on the table. I mean, he killed me last time. I haven't forgotten. But I think that this will look much different. I will be very, very impressed if he can slam me 3 times. I'll be so impressed. Yeah, hard to do right now. Like, to pin me 3 times in a row, that's going to be a big ask right now. He should be worried. I know he's big. I know he's super strong. But I think that there's a higher likelihood that it's 3-0 for me than it is 3-0 for him. I think so. Yeah.
I thought we would never see this match, right? Because Denis kind of retired, right? And we thought it's over when it was just left arm. And people are still taking parallels, right? They're like, oh, you know, maybe on that day he could beat you with right arm, but you need to have a match before you lose, right? And what did you say? This is your 12th super match this year?
Yeah.
So you're putting that all on the line every time, and it's mostly Europeans now?
Yeah.
So you just eat exclusively European food? Yeah.
Well, I like to do what people tell me that
you can do.
Exactly, you know. And there's this big narrative about me being scared of pulling Europeans. So, and the thing is I've pulled all the North Americans. I've pulled them all. You know, I was in the WAL and we basically got to pull each other, all of us. There's a couple new guys that I haven't pulled, but I've pulled everybody. Yeah. It's Europeans now for me. Yeah.
And you're on your way, right?
Yeah. Well, this is a big one, and
I feel like Devon is going to do some circles very soon as well. Could there be peace after the match with you and Denis? Because you were pretty cool, I think. You were very humble with each other.
Here's the thing. I have the ability to both hate and love someone in the same thought. I have no problem with that. Yeah. There are several people that fall into this category for me. I hate them because they're my competitor, but I love them too. I have a lot of respect for my top competitors. Denis, for sure falls into that category. Okay, we are competing right now. We are fighting. Okay, and in this process, we have grown to find a hate for each other. You know, but I love him too. You know, he's great. He's great. Look, I don't have a problem. I have more of a problem with Babken. I think Babken's the real super idiot in the package.
Would you think there was maybe some miscommunication as well at some point? Because every time I see you in tennis, it was cool and right.
Here's the thing, like, if someone wants to fling shit at me, okay, be prepared for me to fling it back at you. Okay, and when I do that, if you then get all offended and run away, okay, I'm gonna think less of you. I'll think less of you. Okay, now, and that's the way I feel it happened. To me, they threw shit at me. I threw some shit back at them. They got really pissed and they don't like it. So be careful. Be careful of the things you say because they'll come back to you. I don't have a problem with talking shit to people. And I don't have a problem with still liking people that I fight with and talk shit. I don't have a problem there. But I won't escalate past a certain point. And that's where I feel it's gotten. Like now I feel like it's very serious and it's crossed the line of sport. Like it's crossed the line of sport where it's like, we're not just going to potentially settle it on the table. Like there's some shit going on here.
Yeah, there's going to be security on this event. It's literally serious. You received, like you said, you received many death threats.
So that for me is, and that's why I say I feel like Babken's the real idiot, and I don't want to work with anybody like that. I don't want to work with anyone who's going to do that. Like if you can't take when you throw, like if you throw stuff at me, no, I'm going to throw it back. And then if you kind of get super upset and then start to cross lines that I'm not comfortable with, I'll never work with you again. I'll never do it. I won't work with Babken again. I won't. The only way I'll work with Babken is if it's in the ring.
All right, you made a post where you said you're not going to pull any of...
Never. No, they're retards. They are. They're fucking idiots. You know, if you think you're going to throw shit at me and you think that I'm not going to throw it back, okay, that's a mistake. Okay, but just know that when I do, if you then get all serious and you start escalating to a place where you've left the sport and you're talking about other things, I'll never work with you again. Never. Yeah. So it's done. As far as I'm concerned, my relationship with Babken is finished. Yeah, it's done. So if Morozov's a free agent or if Daddy Can's a free agent, yeah, I have no problem with the athletes. I'll pull those guys anytime. If they're associated with him, fuck that. Fuck that. No.
So it might get really, really heated on Saturday night.
Whatever, man. Good times.